Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the GRS Community Podcast. It is August the 19th. We are so blessed today to have with us in the studio members from the Hope Clinic, Tanya Downing, the executive director, and we also have Dana Cooper, who is one of the organizers of the Wheels of Hope car show. And Dana, what day is that going to happen?
We are so excited to announce the date. It is going to be Saturday, October the 18th. So everybody write that date down.
Write that date down. We're going to have a graphic up for you to take a screenshot if you need that. We would love to have everybody out for the 10th annual Wheels of Hope car show, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. My co-host, Sheena Sharapata, is ill today. She could not join us, so we're going to change this format just a little bit. Originally, it was set up, since I am the organizer of the Wheels of Hope, we were going to have Sheena interview both Dana and I about the Wheels of Hope car show and the 10th anniversary, but she's not here. So I'm going to kind of interview myself along with the two lovely ladies that we have here. So let me talk just briefly about the Wheels of Hope just to get it started. The Wheels of Hope is a car show, classic car show, happens every year down in downtown Garland, beautifully remodeled downtown Garland, I may add. And it's an awesome, awesome spot for a car show. Never will downtown Garland be more beautiful than the day it is of the car show with all of the colorful, shiny, spectacular cars that are in attendance at the square. At least that's my opinion. It is a wonderful day. So we have a lot of fun with this. This is our 10th annual.
Woohoo!
We recently
Something to celebrate.
We recently had a great celebration, and we're so blessed and humbled by the way we were recognized by the Hope Clinic at one of their functions, where they made the announcement that the Wheels of Hope has raised a little over $500,000
Yes.
for the Hope Clinic in our first
So
9 years.
grateful and thankful. Yes.
So it's just, and I'll have Tanya tell more about the Hope Clinic, the purpose of the Hope Clinic, and we have a presentation there. But let me just tell you, the Wheels of Hope started years ago, 10 years, 12 years ago. This is our 10th anniversary. We started working on the Wheels of Hope 12 years ago. There were some different players involved at the time, different players at the city, different players around our table. But I had some cars, and I had been going to car shows, and one of the things I wanted to do was I went to this car show in Albany, Texas, of all places. And while I was there, I noticed it was a square. It was a town square. It was a county seat. So they had a courthouse in the middle, and they had this car show around this event they call Fandango. If you've ever been to the Fandango celebration in Albany. So Fandango was happening. They had a car show, and I'm looking at the square thinking how great it is and how the whole community came out. And it was just a wonderful event. So it made me jealous. And I started thinking about Garland. Downtown Garland was the perfect spot for a car show because we didn't have a dang courthouse right in the way.
No, we
in the
didn't.
middle. You could see the whole thing from one spot. So I thought about it for maybe a month or so, but then I approached then Assistant City Manager Martin Glenn, and we talked about the possibility of having a car show and having it downtown on the square. He was, as soon as I mentioned it, he was in, and he backed the car show with whatever we needed from the city to make a great event happen. Somewhere during all this period, I was but I met an old friend of mine, Dana Cooper, at a Baylor hospital, back when we had a Baylor hospital, editorial note, but at a Baylor hospital function. She had recently retired as a nurse, and she playfully said, "Why don't you hire me?"
I did.
So at the time, Veritex Bank was at the front door of Baylor Hospital, and I thought about it for, I think, a weekend and called her the following Monday and said, why don't you come work for me? And she was shocked. She
I
was
was
kidding.
very shocked.
She was kidding, but I was serious. So she said, I can only work part-time. And I said, that's fine with me. And you have one job. If I hire you, you're going to have one job. And what was that one job, Dana?
That job was to make you look wonderful, and
There
you
we
do.
go. That was her job. She was supposed to come on board and make me look good. And she has done that in many, many ways.
And it wasn't hard.
But I also needed somebody who knew how to pull off events. Dana had done fundraisers for just about everything I can think of. So we started working together. We spent 18 months to plan the very first car show because I didn't want to just have a regular car show. Like, to me, there's a lot of different ways to have car shows. And bless everybody's heart, they do such a great job of raising money for their chosen charities, whether it's a soccer team or a car wash or whatever they do to raise money for their booster clubs or whatever you might have. And they do a good job, but I wanted to do a great job. I'd been to the Good Guys show, which is the whole racetrack out at Texas Motor Speedway. I've been to Dana, what's Autorama, which is in the Market Center indoor.
Which was nice. It's air
And these
conditioned.
are very, very professional, very well done car shows. So we took 18 months. We meticulously planned to have a really top class car show, and it needed to come off well. It needed to be run well, and it needed to come off well. And I'm not going to say everything was always perfect every year. And every year we do start praying about July for good weather for October. Dana starts praying us up somewhere around July. And with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 years, we have had really good weather for these car shows. COVID interrupted us 1 year. We couldn't have it. So this would have been normally the 11th, but now it's going to be the 12th. And just briefly, I can say that we are totally blessed because of the support we've had from the car show community. We have car clubs that have been here every year. We have certain individuals who have brought 1 to 10 cars. We have collectors with 1 car. We have collectors with 300 cars.
We do.
We have corporate sponsors. By the way, there are corporate sponsorships that are available.
Absolutely.
You can contact me or Dana Cooper at jmiller@veritexbank.com if you're interested in a sponsorship. But we have everything available for you to participate as a participant or to come, just bring your family. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to let Dana talk to you a little bit about the upcoming show on October 18th.
Thank you, Jamie. Yes, we're really excited about this show. Of course, as Jamie mentioned, it benefits the Hope Clinic. And when Jamie invited me to participate in this, I kind of jokingly said, "Oh, Jamie, I don't have a car show on my resume or my CV, so, I'm always enjoying a challenge." And so we started talking about it, as Jamie said, for about 18 months because we wanted it to be one that people would remember. And I think that that's kind of what we've created. And I applaud Jamie for it because he, had the vision and the community caught it. And it was so neat. As he mentioned, Martin Glenn, the city of Garland came behind us and they said, we want to do whatever we can to ensure its success. And that's what they've done. Not only the city of Garland, but also the Garland Independent School District. Because each year we thought, and I can't just say we, really, it was Jamie that thought of different things that we could involve students and the community in. So it really became a huge family event. It starts on October the 18th. The actual car show begins around 10 o'clock and it goes to about 3. Jamie starts handing out the awards from 2 to 3. But what's so neat about it is that there's just so much synergy and so much fun because people that maybe hadn't seen each other in maybe 10 or 15 years will run into each other. And then I love it because when I get there and Jamie pulls up too. We get there between 5:30 and 5:45 a.m. The morning of the show, and there are already people waiting for us, and I love it. And one day I got there, and Jamie was bringing a couple of his cars, and the city had called me, and they said, we have a huge semi, and we're not quite sure where to put it. We said, is it full of cars? Oh, yeah, of course it is. So we said, we'll figure that out. But we never know who really is coming, and that's part of the fun. What we did decide to do, which has been advantageous and beneficial, is doing pre-registration ahead of time. And so our pre-registration for the car show, and we do have a website, and that is Wheels of Hope Classic Car Show Garland. And you can follow us there. We also have a social media page that we would love for you to join us and like us. And so please do that. But our pre-register...
Let me correct the website.
Oh, did I say it wrong?
Yes, wheelsofhopegarland.com.
Oh, okay.
Wheelsofhopegarland.com is the name of the website.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did that because I could put that in the search engine and eventually I can get there. But I'm glad you said the exact, name and search engine opportunity. Okay, so we have a Wheels of Hope Facebook page, so we hope that people will go and like us. And we are posting, but let me get back to pre-registration. For those folks who don't like to wait in line, okay, we have pre-registration that will open on August the 29th. That's a Friday.
Next Friday.
It is. And so what you can do is you can go online and start filling out your, the registration form. Now, this is a good question that nobody's asked me yet. How much is it? It costs $30. And what a bargain,
It's a great deal.
It is. And all the proceeds go to the Hope Clinic. And so we have people that, of course, come. And the exciting part is we never know who's going to be there. We have had some of the most beautiful cars, haven't we, Jamie? I mean, we had a Rolls Royce one time that was absolutely outstanding, a Packard. We never know.
We never know. We do have some special cars for kids.
Right.
Lightning McQueen's there every year. Tomater is there every year.
Every year.
1 year we had the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and Dana's kind of talking to them about this year. So we don't know for sure. But what a unique and great thing for the kids. Picture opportunities. Kids love it.
Oh, they do.
Dana, won't you outline for us some of the
more events?
The kid events.
Okay, sure. So the wonderful thing is that the event actually starts at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and it's kicked off with a drum line from one of the high schools. In fact, Joe Figarelli just has embraced this, the car show. And I just spoke with him about an hour ago. He is so excited about the different students that will be participating. And he has a full morning of people, students that will be there, people that will be joining. When the students perform, we have parents, grandparents, friends, neighbors. Everybody comes out because it is truly a family event. But we start out with the drum line. Then we have, a dance group. We have a choir. I think the Brandenburg Choir is going to be singing. We have a special student that will do the Star Spangled Banner. Wow. I know, and they usually do it a cappella. And we are just always just so excited about that. Then after we have the student performances, we have a live band. And our band this year is Beetlegrass.
Oh, wow.
I know.
It's different from last year.
I know.
They performed, I think, once before in Garland, if not twice. They've sold out both times. It's been, they do a great show. They do Beatles tunes and others. And so we're very excited. As it turns out, I had heard of Beetlegrass for a long, long time. And then I went to one of the shows in Garland at the Plaza Theater, and I'm looking at the lead singer, the leader of the band, and it's a guy I've known since high school.
Wow.
I just didn't know he was the guy that ran Beetlegrass. And so Dave Walser and his trio will be here for that. And Beetlegrass is wonderful, great entertainment, and the type of quality of entertainment that we want at our show. I was going to ask Tanya, tell me, when was your first car show?
So my name is Tanya Downing, and I serve as the executive director at Hope Clinic in Garland. And when I started, all I kept hearing about was this classic car show, and I knew nothing about car shows. No, and I've done lots of special events, but nothing
we didn't either.
Yeah. but Jamie, it was great to hear the background history, because I've never heard it to the extent that you explained it this morning, how it got started 12 years ago. But I tell you, one of the things that I enjoy about participating in the classic car show is we don't have to do anything. You guys have it orchestrated to the point that you have your own set of volunteers that's actually running the event. And so the morning of, Hope Clinic comes out to be a true beneficiary for the event. And for that, I am so grateful. We are so grateful to Jamie and to Dana for orchestrating this event. And so it's amazing to me to see the variety of cars. It was amazing to me to see women having classic cars.
I know, isn't it great?
That was
it was
pretty cool. And even the diversity of car owners was truly amazing for me, because I didn't know much about classic cars, and now I understand a little bit about classic cars and how it is important to the car community.
Certainly it is. And we appreciate Tanya, since she's been here, has randomly run into a couple of car shows and ran across some car show groups.
Yeah.
She's told them about our car show, and they show up.
Yeah.
And that is so
great.
important. So it just, in terms of the car show, all the money raised from sponsorship, all the money raised from our entry fees, all the money raised from our 50-50 pot and any raffles or anything else we do, all the money goes into an account that's at the Hope Clinic. We pay our expenses that are hopefully every year get smaller and smaller as we get more efficient, but we pay the expenses of pulling off the show, and then we put the rest of the money into the account for the Hope Clinic. And we're going to get Tanya in just a second to tell us more about the Hope Clinic.
But I just wanted to say, though, how important volunteers are.
They are.
And you guys have done a great job. When I just participated in the past 3 years, I have seen the same volunteers year after year after year. And not to mention, Jamie, your mom is out there too.
Yes.
And so
Absolutely.
it's always great to see her.
The car show is a family reunion for me, because all of my relatives from all over come to this.
Yeah.
But let me fill in one gap. When I was on the Hope Clinic on the board of the Hope Clinic before I ever got the idea about the car show. And as you know, one of the challenges in charities in Garland is raising money.
It is.
We're a city of great need, but we're also a city of great resource. And sometimes those resources get spread few and far between, because there are so many entities in Garland that are awesome, that deserve support, and they get it from our community. So we wind up having 2 or 3 or even 4 fundraising events a year, and everybody calls the same people.
They do.
So when I had this idea, I went to the board of the Hope Clinic and I asked permission to have a car show. We came up with the name, Dana and I did, the Wheels of Hope. And in this process, I just said, look, I don't want y'all doing anything. I don't want you raising any money. I don't want you calling any of those people that you call already 3 or 4 times a year to raise money. I'm going to go over here with a bunch of gearheads and see if we can raise some money for the Hope Clinic. It's a different subset, if you will, of people that we hadn't really tapped before. So it was just a way to pull off a car show without putting another burden on the executive director.
And we
of the Hope Clinic.
Appreciate that. And just a reminder, you mentioned just over the years, the 10 plus years, the Wheels of Hope has raised a little over $500,000. And let me just say that one more time. over the past 10 to 12 years, thanks to Jamie Miller and Dana Cooper, you guys have raised over $500,000 for Hope Clinic of Garland.
It's been an honor.
We thank you. We thank you for the bottom of the heart.
I thank the sponsors.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's people are really scared now to give me their phone number because if your phone number goes into my phone, I'm probably going to call you and ask you to do something with regard to the Hope Clinic or the car show. That's just the way it works. I tell everybody, if your name's in my phone, you're on the board of the Wheels of Hope, because I will call on you for something. So the way the whole show has come around has been it's just such a pleasure to watch. When I stood in downtown in that 18-month period, at that time, 12 years ago, you literally could park at the front door of every business. Because I'm not going to call it a ghost town, because there were many great family-owned, small mom-and-pop shops downtown Garland that we treasure and want to keep. But we just wanted to bring them more attention, more recognition. The city of Garland caught the vision, and we've had from 3,000 to 6,000 people that come through our car show, especially if we have good weather. So weather makes a big difference. There's not a lot of guys going to bring their car out if it might rain. These cars are so special and treasured. But let's talk a little bit about the Hope Clinic. Why don't you, Tanya, give your background, if you don't mind. How did you get here? And then let's talk about what you do at Hope Clinic.
Okay. Thank you, Jamie. And thank you, Dana. As I mentioned, I'm Tanya Downing, and I've been at Hope Clinic now for little over 3 years. And actually, I'm just a fundraiser. I'm great at building relationships. But
yes, you are.
If I can say, I was turning 60 3 years ago. And I just wanted something that spoke to my heart, that had meaning and purpose in my life. And Hope Clinic is faith-based. And growing up in a Christian environment, both parents going to church on Sunday, I just wanted something where I can serve and give back to the community. And so Hope Clinic came my way. And I am just so passionate about the work that we do at Hope Clinic. And it's not about Jamie, it's not about Dana, it's not about Tanya. It's a collective group of people that provide and work the mission at Hope Clinic. And so Hope Clinic provides free medical services for the underserved community, for those that don't have the resources for health care. And so I just want to emphasize one more time, everything that we do is totally free for the community. And so we are so excited that we are celebrating our 24th year. Next year will be 25. And one of the great things about the Wheels of Hope and Hope Clinic, we are close to the downtown Garland Square. And it's important for our patients to have that access for transportation. So we are close to downtown. We are Monday through Friday. Pretty much from 7:30 to 4 are generally our operating hours. We started this year opening our urgent care clinic, so we're opening a little later on Thursday evening. But we provide primary services. When you think about your primary care physician going to get your physical or checkup, those are some of the services that we provide at Hope Clinic. And as I mentioned, we are 24 years. Just to give you some facts just real quick, we served 1,279 patients. But when you see total patient visits, when you think about myself as a patient, I probably go to see my primary care doctor. Well, I'm over 60 now, so I probably go a little more often, but I go about 4 or 5 times a year. But when you think about total patient visits for 2024, that was 3,849
That's
total
amazing.
patient visits. So
it has been as high as 6,000 or 7,000.
yes, it has.
But through funding situations, it has become a little
it took
tougher.
a dip, yeah. And as you can imagine, things are changing.
Right.
People are making different decisions now with their money, and so we had a difficult time last year. But just through the support, the continued support of events like the Wheels of Hope and donors like the Jamie Millers and the corporate supporters that he's able to get to support this event, we have we've turned the corner. And so I'm just so grateful and so blessed that we've been able to do that. As you can imagine, our patient population will be women because we tend to go and get our health checked more often. Our demographics as far as age would be somewhere between 50 and 70 years old. Our ethnic population, the Garland community has changed a whole lot. I'm not from Garland, but just in the 3
Yes.
years that I've been there, 71% of our patient population is Hispanics. So therefore, the language in the clinic pretty much is all Spanish all day. And that's one of the things that we often get. People are always wanting to volunteer in the clinic. And so in order to volunteer in the clinic, it's preferred that you be bilingual to work in the clinic. I did mention a little bit about our urgent care Thursday evenings now, but we've received several awards.
I think that's
and we're
wonderful.
so great. The Prescani Award, and so we just recently was nominated for the Nonprofit of the Year by the Communities Foundation and the magazine D CEO. We were one of the
Congratulations.
Thank you. We were one of the nominees for that category, and then we will receive the Nonprofit of the Year by the Garland Chamber of Commerce in December.
Congratulations again.
So I am just so excited, just the hard work that we're all doing collectively at Hope Clinic. And just to give you, Jamie talked a little bit about funding. We're always in need of money.
Absolutely.
So 33% of our donations come from individuals. And obviously, when we do the Wheels of Hope, as an example, we do have 2 signature events. The Wheels of Hope is one, and then the Celebration of Hope, and that's like 19% of our funding source. So if you're wanting to, I'm good at fundraising, so I'm just going to take this opportunity real quick.
This is your opportunity
to pitch. If you're ever wanting to help us make a difference, you can go on our website, and our website is hopeclinic-garland.org. Again, let me repeat that, hopeclinic-garland.org. So in addition to the free medical services, we have a monthly food distribution that we partner with Catholic Charities, and that's the opportunity for our corporate supporters to engage staff support. So we do that every month, and it amazes me, on the 4th Thursday of every month, there's close to 200 to 300 cars that come through. The need is so great in the community, and so we will continue to do that distribution. But this is an excellent opportunity for corporate support. So I just want to say, I can't ever say thank you enough to what the Wheels of Hope has done for Hope Clinic. And I just am so grateful to Jamie and so grateful to Dana. Again, I mentioned earlier, a lot of times when you do special events, there's a lot of work. And to know that all we do is to show up the day of. We may sell some T-shirts. We're going to sell some T-shirts and bottled water because it's going to be hot.
Yes, it is.
But it is just so great to know that as an organization, Hope Clinic as an organization, even as our staff, as the executive director, it is just nice to know that I don't have to plan another event, that it's already planned for us, and that we just show up. And I'm just so grateful for that. So thank you to the both of you.
You are so welcome, and we are grateful to you for all that you do. And, Tanya, we are just in awe of the things that you have done within our community. I mean, there is not anyone that I have met that doesn't know you. You are out shaking hands and telling people and educating them about the clinic, and we are grateful for that.
Thank you, Dana.
And you're a wonderful spokesman for the Wheels of Hope. And again, we are thankful for that. And as Jamie had said, the event involves everyone. I mean, it is
the community.
It is. And so not only do we have the city, we have, the school district, we have the police department, we have the fire department. And then also, since it is really family oriented, it's free admission.
Yes.
I wanted
That's
to make
important.
sure that people knew that it was, there's no cost, just come and enjoy. And we have face painting for the children, which is great. That's always fun. The parents enjoy the band, and the kids love getting their face painted. And then we have pictures available.
There's food trucks too.
Yes, and then food trucks, and then we also have the downtown restaurant merchants. They always are saying they really appreciate that day because it's one of their busier days. And the other thing that I wanted to say is just to acknowledge how our community really comes together to support the efforts that are going on. So it's kind of behind the scenes, like printing. You wouldn't believe all the people that say, I haven't got my poster, or would you bring me an extra poster or a flyer? And so we are able to pass those out at the generosity of our printer. Precision Reprographics, they do our printing for us for free.
Oh, yeah.
And, we're grateful for that. And then, Jamie works so hard on these awards with our judges. We have an amazing group of judges, and they walk and they, observe, and they are telling.
What are some of the categories? Do you know?
I do have some of the categories. Of course, we have the classes. Let me tell you what the classes are. I hope, and Jamie, I hope that you'll give me a nod with an approval there.
Well, every year leading up to the car show, we have a discussion in the last month about any changes we may or may not make to the classes. But in general, what she's about to read to you is in general what we have at the car show.
So the really fun thing is, of course, would be the car show awards, which would be the chairman's award. And that's where the judges, go around and they look at all the cars. We could have anywhere from 150, and I think one year we had about 220 cars. That's a lot of cars. And so, they are tallying up. There is a protocol that they follow. There is a judging sheet. Then we have the best of show car. So the judges pick a car, and then they pick a truck. And I love it because these were our winners last year. We had a 442 and a VW bus. Aren't those great?
The winners?
Yeah, that's from last year.
Show it to the camera. Yeah.
Can you see the camera? Can you see this? And then we have a best engine award, best paint, and best interior. And in the past, we have had students that we recognized, young students. We had a precious young man named Jaden, and he was probably about 10, don't you think, Jamie?
Yes.
And he had such a special interest in cars. So he was available and came, and we had a Jaden's Award. But unfortunately, this year they have moved out of town, so they're not going to be able to be a part of it. But we really love involving students and letting them have an opportunity to be a part of this whole event. So they participate with, music, singing, whatever, drum lines, just all of those things. Jamie, what am I forgetting?
Well, this year, little special guest. We've gotten a commitment. We've gotten a commitment from Joe Nemechek, a NASCAR driver who now races on the I don't know what you call it. It's not like a senior circuit, but it's on the classic circuit. He races trucks now in a kind of a Grand Prix road race type situation, and also another NASCAR truck driver named Sam LeCompte, who's also a great sponsor with his company Concierge Sports. They're great sponsors of the Wheels of Hope. They'll bring the number 8 Dale Earnhardt car.
Wow. I know.
And a couple other of their racing type vehicles that will be there for display, along with this huge 18-wheeler that is like a luxury RV garage for vehicles. It's tremendous. And so we've got those special things going on this year. Potentially the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, which is so popular. There's a million pictures taken with that. The judges do a great job.
The raffle, though? What about the raffle?
We're going to do the raffle.
Yeah.
That is always fun. I do want to give a shout out to Rubel's Landscape and Nursery, because for the last 10 years, they have contributed flower baskets. They deliver it. the plants to us so that we can raffle them off. The flower bowls, the fall flower bowls are one of everybody's favorites. And then we have, the merchants and the
car washes.
Yeah, the car washes. Who doesn't need a car wash all the time?
Yes.
And so we're excited about those. We have car detailing. And then the restaurants, donate different certificates for dinner, and even the arts programs that we have, like the Garland Summer Musicals and the Garland Civic Theater. They donate tickets as well.
Okay.
And then we have a 50-50, which is really fun. So people donate to that. And then at the end of the event, we draw. And so the cash prize is half of what we take in that day. So we have a raffle, we have a 50-50, and it's just a really fun afternoon to announce the winners. And then we do on the raffle, we start drawing names for that usually around 11 o'clock, and that goes through too. And that's the different things that have been donated to the event.
Okay.
So, all that being said, I do want to give a shout out to Gary Prophet and our judges.
Okay.
There are 5 to 7 judges that we have every year. Some have been here every year, and they do a wonderful job. It's hot. It's a long day. They do a lot of walking, and they work very, very hard in scoring these cards and coming up with all the various winners. We've had as many as 27 classes, and then in the past few years, we've just broken it down to, 4 or 5 classes and the same amount of winners, just classified in different ways. So we're working on the classes. We're working to get our registration set up for August the 29th. Is that correct? So at the end of this month, we'll be open for registration. I think last year we had 85.
We did, and we were so excited.
85 pre-registered. So 85 people that were coming and pre-registered. So that is, our first few years, we only had 5 to 10 people pre-register, but they've experienced the car show. They know how much fun it is. They want to make sure they're in. We do not have a limit on the number of cars that we will accept for the car show, but I can tell you that the space that is around the square and inside our ropes, so to speak, is about 225 cars. So if we have a great year, we have great weather, we usually get around that 225 car a spot. So very, very happy with it. We can't forget our judges. They do a wonderful job.
Oh, wow.
Browning's Trophy does a great job assisting us with the trophies and awards, the car clubs, all the different sites that advertise car shows for us. They are out there. You can go on just look up any North Texas car show calendar and you'll find us on it soon. We're going to try to get the word out as well as we can. For us, it's a labor of love, as you know. This is, I don't want to say, Dana and I put in hundreds and hundreds of hours, and I only say that for her benefit because she handles so many details about this car show.
Does.
It's pretty
Y'all are
unbelievable.
sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then our board has been awesome. They've been with us, many of them, for many, many years. She mentioned Joseph Figarelli, who's the Fine Arts Director for the school district. He provides the talent, and then we hire the band for the professional performance at the end. And the car show really goes well. It seemed like a long day, but it goes very fast.
It does.
We're honored. Honestly, when I took this to the Hope Clinic 12 years ago and asked permission to do this under your umbrella, y'all were very receptive. The city was very receptive. The school district was very receptive. Everybody in the world wanted to do it, but nobody knew how.
That's right.
So we have figured it out over the years, and it's become a great event. What I'd like to do is just congratulate you on the accomplishments of the Hope Clinic. It has been a tough couple of years. Fundraising has been tough. Sources of funding have dried up.
Yeah.
But
we're still here.
God in all his glory has opened up new doors for us.
He has.
And some things are looking better than they've ever looked with respect to the Hope Clinic. So
Thank you.
make sure you let your board know how much we appreciate what the Hope Clinic board has done, the executive committee, and yourself, your staff, everybody, what they do. You can't help but smile anytime you walk in their office. So with that being said, do you have any final words, Tanya?
No, just come out and support the 10th annual Wheels of Hope Car Show on Saturday, October the 18th, starting at 10 a.m.
Starting at 10 a.m. That's what we want to do. We'll have a great car show. Dana's praying it up. We're going to have
praying
perfect
it up.
weather.
That's right.
So everybody, mark the date, put it on your calendar, and let's show up as a community, and let's do a great job for the Hope Clinic. And thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank
you. Thank you, Jamie, for
Thank
having
you.
the vision.
Yes.
You're welcome.